Hello and welcome to round 8 of the 2017 Formula Virtual World Championship here from the Red Bull Ring in Spielberg. My name is Freddie Downton and I'll be joined today by Harry Westwood.
Greetings all.
Let's take a look through the grid then for the first Austrian V-Prix since 2014. It's an all Downton front row with Nathaniel Powers heading class van Schnellheid, Arden Hutchinson and Adrian Simon make up row 2. Alexander Zazolya with his best qualifying in 5th ahead of Timo Kinnaman, Enrique Ruiz 7th, Alar Kanga in 8th, while Lewis Ellington and Puccio Giordano round out the top 10. It's 11th for Judson Sykes ahead of the returning Hugh Dwyer, Elroy Wagner is 13th with Johan Halverson alongside. Alexei Nowasinski and Stuart Harrison are on row 8 ahead of Will Hoskins and Carson Davenport. Olin Inman and Nikolai Milkovic round out the top 20. Behind them, John Matson and Carl Beckenbauer, Jochen van Schnellheid and 3 drivers who struggled in qualifying with problems, Finn Schneider, James Harding and Felix Bayer, who rounds out the 26 car field. So, as we go down to the grid then, we have Nathaniel Powers on pole on the right, Klaas van Schnellheid second on the left. A long hold and the lights go out now and we're racing in Austria. It's a great start from Arden Hutchinson in 3rd, who looks as though he's going to go between the middle of the 2 Downtons into turn 1. No. He has, and wow. Hutchinson leads into out of turn 1. Klaas van Schnellheid and Nathaniel Powers are wheel to wheel for 2nd place, but it's Arden Hutchinson from 3rd on the grid.
Look at the start that Ellington's pulled off as well. He's up to 7th.
And down the inside of Powers goes Adrian Simon. Nathaniel Powers has slipped from pole to 4th place in 2 corners as Hutchinson leads and is starting to pull out a gap already on Klaas van Schnellheid in 2nd.
That is some fantastic
And down the inside
stuff.
of Powers again goes Alexander Zolya, but he doesn't quite pull it off there as Lewis Ellington goes past Timo Kinnaman and up into 6th.
Yeah, and Enrique Ruiz. Puccio Giordano has dropped a place to Hugh Dwyer.
Has he?
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Unless I've got the wrong. But yeah, up front then. Bad opening lap then for Downton, who will be very disappointed with that. Who will have hoped to hold their 1-2, and now the pressure's on them to get the work done.
Yeah, and it is Arden Hutchinson that leads then at the end of the opening lap. But Klaas van Schnellheid, he was pulling out a gap early on, but Klaas is now right back with the Austrian. The Austrian at his home race, actually, isn't he?
Yeah, obviously you must have been spurred on by the crowds.
And let's take a look then. This is on board with Hutchinson at the start of the race. See as the lights go out. The 2 Downtons bogged down slightly. Hutchinson just slingshot straight through the middle, outbrakes both of them into turn 1 and flies into the lead.
Yeah, I mean, you just got to look at the kind of the launch he got compared to the 2 Downtons, and just phenomenal stuff from the young Austrian.
Yeah, absolutely.
Who knows?
Is he what?
I said young Austrian, and then I was like, wait, is he one of the young drivers?
I have no idea.
Fair play.
But he's leading and he's at home, so he's young. I don't know how that works, but logic, okay?
That'll do for me.
So, both Downtons then, having lost places on the opening laps, look attacking now. Klaas van Schnellheid and Nathaniel Powers both behind, respectively, Hutchinson and Simon, as we start the 3rd lap here. But it's Hutchinson who sets the fastest lap. And Klaas beats it.
Beats it. Destroys it.
Oh, Simon!
So Simon proving that...
and Powers!
Oh, okay.
Anyone else?
So it looks like at this track the slipstream is going to be mightily important for your lap time, because obviously it is very straight, very few corners, very demanding on the aerodynamics of the car. As we see the pack not really spreading out yet, but we'll give them a break as it's only lap 3.
Yeah, I wouldn't have expected them to spread out on lap 3, but
mind you, the pack cuts off at Alar Kanga in 14th, so that's that.
Alar Kanga's 14th?
Yeah, at least last I checked. I could be completely wrong.
What on earth happened to him off the grid then? He started 8th? Yeah, quite right. Alar Kanga is down in 14th place, having started 8th. That's, well, That's not the best, is it?
No, obviously bad starts generally for the top two teams in the championship. And fourth and something, fourth and fifth. Holmqvist in first, definitely capitalising at the start of this V-Prix. I didn't know where they were placed.
Clearly.
I tried.
Finn Schneider then, already up to 22nd from 24th from 2. He's gained a couple of spots off the start, past Beckenbauer, who was already slipped to last, and Olin Inman, who is 24th, as Klaas looks to maybe take or put a move on Arden Hutchinson, but can't quite pull it off.
I love the lighting of that corner. It's almost like the rims of the tyres turn blue every now and then. Almost.
Yes, as you say, the lighting is certainly... let's not forget, Hugh Dwyer's, obviously on screen we see it at the moment, returning to the series after a brief stint earlier this year in Indy Virtual. He has switched places with Chiara Thunder, so both Holmqvist drivers this season then have now been replaced by drivers who started the year in Indy Virtual. Hugh Dwyer is currently running on medium tyres, and so that is a brilliant start for him. I believe he is the highest placed runner on the mediums.
You are
wrong.
Correct.
Alexander Zazolya in 5th, who is
that
keeping with the top 4.
Yeah, I mean the tyres aren't going to have much bearing on lap time here. But you know, we will see, because obviously that in turn is going to mean that they're going to be harder to get up to temperature. So it's going to be interesting, because I think.
Meanwhile, we might be about to see the 2 North Stars. Sorry, but I thought Nowasinski was going to potentially launch down the inside of his teammate there, but he didn't.
Yeah, no, he had a formidable run on his teammate, but he just backed out of it. Maybe he got the team on the radio saying, "It's early in the race, mate. Keep it cool."
Yeah, very much so. Let's briefly just take you through the tyres. There's not a huge amount of variation in the strategies for this race so far. We have only 3 compounds in use. The hard tyres aren't being run by anyone here today. But we have Alexei Nowasinski, Will Hoskins.
Last Van Snellhyde looks like he might have a run on Arden Hutchinson up front. He looked like he got a better exit, but they filed through the corner first turn as they were. Sorry to cut across you.
No, that's absolutely fine. We have Alexei Nowasinski, Will Hoskins and Felix Baer on the Supersofts, as it looks like Powers might be making a move on Adrian Seymour for 3rd place. He's up the inside at turn 2, and Powers takes 3rd then from the Frenchman.
Beautifully defend from Alexander Zazolya, who would have got a poor exit, but those soft tyres will have gained him a bit of extra traction over the Ukrainian, so that one took me a second.
Yeah, I think this is... I think we're definitely going to see overtaking at a premium today. It's there aren't many places on this track that you can manage at. Turn 2 being pretty much, well, the best place by a mile, and to some extent the only.
Exactly.
Possibly underbraking into turn 3 as well.
Wow, worth noting, Finn Schneider now up to 18th place.
It's not a bad start from the young Swiss.
Yeah, definitely making moves through the pack, but he's got a long way to go, but then it's a long race.
Yeah, and look how Powers then already stretching away from Simon and closing up to the back of his teammate. I think the Downton's definitely quicker, they just need to find a way past.
Yeah, they've definitely got the edge on the straight. You can see that engine block really doing...
and in fact, here comes Klaas Van Snelheid then in the slipstream of Hutchinson up to turn 2. He's got the inside line. He's going to surely be later on the brakes. Clips the apex, and Klaas Van Snelheid through into the lead past Arden Hutchinson then.
He had the textbook overtake, kept it calm, knew he had the better equipment. Probably should turn up the engine a little bit, because he didn't look like he was making much headway for a little while there, but sure enough, takes the lead back, and now Powers is going to be looking to apply as much pressure as he can. Yeah, certainly will. Right, just going back to the tyre choices then. Nowasinski, Hoskins and Bayer are the 3 drivers running on the super softs. Alexander Zazolya and Hugh Dwyer, as we mentioned, are on the mediums, along with Carsten Davenport and Nikolai Milkovic, and everyone else is on the soft tyres. Yeah, quite a generic field today in terms of tyre selection, so we will see some very samey strategies, so drivers are mostly going to be doing it on merit out there today. Yeah, what that could mean
is a bit of carnage in the pits.
Yeah. Oh, hang on. We've got Enrique Ruiz possibly coming under pressure from Ellington.
As Alexei Nowasinki sets the fastest lap on the super softs.
See, I just read that along the bottom. Like, no, that can't be right. But sure enough, those tyres obviously, I eat my words, they are coming into play for the young Russian.
Polish? Popo? No,
Pole.
not Popo.
The young Pole.
Yes, that's the one. That's what I was looking for.
My God, I actually corrected Bradley on something.
Yeah, look.
Revelation.
Everyone who watches this now is just stunned. No one can believe it.
No, as we ride on board then with Hugh Dwyer. What do you make of his return to Formula Virtual?
I don't know really. I think it's harsh on Kiara Thunder.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, she's picked up as class is really escaping now and sets a lap 0.3 quicker than Nowasinki managed on the super softs. But yeah, I mean, she's picked up a couple of points already this season, and has been very unlucky in terms of results and failures. As Nathaniel Powers then up the inside of Arden Hutchinson at turn 2, and surely that will restore Downton's 1-2. Hutchinson tries to hold on around the outside, but can't manage it, and Nathaniel Powers then does go back up into second place.
Yeah, so Downton, like you say, back in that 1-2 dominating position, and well, Powers has really got to put the foot down and drop the hammer, because Van's class has really done the work in the couple of laps he's been ahead. It's, well, just shows the amount of time that they were losing behind Hutchinson.
Yeah, absolutely. But just going back to Holmquist then, yeah, I think Kiara's been very unlucky with results. But I don't know, we'll see what comes of it. Hugh Dwyer has, well, he's not doing too bad so far. He's running in the points as it stands.
No, I mean, personally, I feel that Hugh Dwyer would have been fantastic for them last season, because they took on 2 youth drivers, which is great in terms of bringing fresh blood into the sport, but in terms of getting their team on the right level, they really needed someone who'd been there, because Hugh Dwyer has been driving since the inception of this series, obviously with Lucas, what were they called? Lucas something.
Wilson.
Lucas Wilson, and then moved to Fun, I want to say.
Oh, it's Nowasinki. Pulls out really late on Puccio Giordano at the inside of turn 2. Those super softs really working, but sorry?
I said just showing that it is possible to defend at that corner as he goes defensive into turn 3, but he almost goes deep, barely keeps the car under control, but Nowasinki is still stuck looking at the back of that Franklin.
Yeah, certainly is. Yeah, I think you're right. I think he did go to Fun in 2014.
He's been around the block, and he's definitely not the quickest guy out there, I'll say that much. I think that Kiara probably had the edge on him in terms of raw pace, but in terms of his ability to help develop a car and support a teammate, he's underrated.
Yeah, and I think,
I believe.
well, I think we've seen his pace so far this season in Indy Virtual. He's regularly been up there in qualifying and running high in the races, but he has been really, really unfortunate in terms of results.
Yeah, and obviously
with retirements and mechanical failures.
To be fair, I do also like off like tangent about his abilities. I think he's got a very cool helmet, like a kind of checkered kind of red and white thing, obviously representing the Canadian flag. But yeah, you're right. He's been putting the work in a car which, like, you know, I haven't been following Indy that much. It's conked out a few times. I think he's had more bad luck in terms of collisions, has he not? I could be wrong.
Off the top of my head, pass.
Fair enough. But
I just know he's retired a lot.
It's possible that he just needed a fresh challenge, because things were
is that into the pits, Nowasinki?
That's a pit stop, yeah. He's staying within the white line, so that's very early.
Well, he is on the super softs, but lap 11 isn't too promising, is it? That's what, 6 stops?
That's a 5 stopper.
5. How do you work 5 out?
12, 24, 36, 48, 60.
Yeah, but it was 11.
Oh, it was 11. Oh no,
Well, yes,
then it
because
is
they've
6.
just gone on to lap 12, haven't they? So
Oh,
this
of
is
course,
at the end
yeah,
of
I've
lap
just made a
11.
rookie mistake, silly goose. So yeah, he's in for a long race, 6 stops. We were wondering if it was a bit too warm today for the super softs. Obviously, taking a bit of a gamble with lower than usual temperatures and once again lower than forecasted. So obviously something's wrong with our forecasting tools. But
Something's always wrong with the forecasting tools. Which, when have you
It's
ever
true.
known a forecaster to get the weather right?
warning, hurricane in New Orleans. That's probably not funny. People died.
Yeah.
Whoops. Moving very, very, very swiftly on. So Hutchinson seems to be holding station against Adrian Simon. Still holding his podium spot, but I feel that's going to be a battle to watch throughout the race. And if that's not one of the pit stop phases by Simon, he's in for another long stint.
Yeah, certainly is. Meanwhile, my water is disgustingly warm already.
We went over this before the race, Brad. You know it's warm.
Yeah, I know, but I got some fresh water, and it's still warm.
Obviously,
this commentary box is, although it's only 18 degrees outside, this commentary box is more like 38. It's ridiculous.
And
I've stolen the only fan.
We've had something of an aircon malfunction, and the windows, for some reason, don't open. For some reason, apparently.
Yeah, it's not fun, and it's quite small.
The story of your sex tape.
Seriously?
Sorry, the title.
Seriously?
Moving on again.
Yes. Very swiftly.
I bet our lovely viewers have missed me.
I'm sure they have.
You could not lather your
Please
voice
don't send
any
complaints.
more in sarcasm. Well, we did get complaints about one of our first commentary jobs, didn't we? Which one was that?
I think we did. Yeah, we did at some point, didn't we? I'm sure we did.
Garnered quite a negative response. I think it was Melbourne 2015. I could be mistaken. Because we weren't commentating in Melbourne 2014.
Yes, we were.
Were we?
Yeah.
Then it was Melbourne 2014, because that would have been one of our first races.
We started halfway through 2013 as Noah Sinky sets another fast lap on those fresh super shock tyres.
Yeah, so obviously they're definitely making the difference for him there. But he's really got to get them to properly make a difference if he wants to start making his way back through the field.
Yeah, it certainly has. As we watch him there, and I can't remember where he's... Oh, as we have an Ingram, and that's into the pits without a front wing, and it is John Matson. So clearly there has been contact there with someone or something. Here we're going to see it then. Matson down the inside of one of the Ocelots who just pulls across in front of them.
I believe that would have been Beckenbauer.
Car number 81.
Actually, no.
I think that's Giordano, but
well,
no, it can't be Giordano. He's into Franklin. It's got to be Joachim then.
Yeah. I've got to admit, I personally feel like Joachim squeezed him under braking there.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean,
there was nothing Matson could have done.
No, they know that the track is bumpy on entry to most of these corners. Obviously, it's an old track. It hasn't had any proper renovations in a while. Yeah, and obviously you can even see the bumps from the commentary box. You can see the cars getting unsettled. So to move over under braking is just silly.
Yeah, very much so. I have to say, I know we're only 14 and a bit laps into this race, but I think this is looking very, very good for Alexander Zolia and Hugh Dwyer.
Absolutely.
The two of them on the mediums.
Getting the performance out of those medium tyres, which I find quite surprising. But, if they can keep this performance up, by all means, go ahead.
Yeah, absolutely. Obviously, the two of them on the mediums sticking with the guys on the soft tyres. And surely those tyres are going to go longer and they're going to have to make less stops.
I'll tell you who I am surprised by. AMR. They suffered a bit of... they suffered some issues in qualifying. But they haven't been able to rectify them. It seems, because their lap times have just not been there. They've been falling off.
No, both drivers are running on the super softs, let's not forget though.
Yeah, but for me, I would argue that no offense to the job that North Star do, and they've got a fantastic engine block. I feel like AMR have got a better car.
See, I disagree.
You reckon?
I'd say the North Star is a better car. However, I would say that both Hoskins and Bayer, in Hoskins' case, considerably, are better than Nowasinki. So should really be making the difference. But well, as you know, as we've seen in qualifying, they struggled. Bayer had some serious problems, and Hoskins was just slow. So maybe they've just struggled with a setup here this weekend.
Quite possibly. I mean, they have proven to be better in things like wet conditions or high aero tracks. So maybe they just haven't got enough horses in the back.
Yeah. Nowasinki's 17th then, so behind Finn Schneider, who's up to 16th place after starting 24.
That's not bad. Doing a solid job in the Westwood there.
Yeah, gained 8 positions already. That's well, it could be worse, put it that way. And it looks as though he may be about to gain another one. Right, tucked up behind the gearbox of, I believe, that is Johan Halpson.
You would be correct.
As we've got a bit of a train here behind the back marker of Jean Matson, who's going to cause carnage. Oh, that was close.
Almost carnage. Oh, and Simon's having to go defensive. Oh, Zazolia very nearly misjudged their distance there.
Yeah, as Matson's really not getting out of the way here. Well, he has now, but he wasn't, and he caused cars to scatter absolutely everywhere.
Ooh, Ruiz got a bit unsettled there. He touched the curb on the inside of turn, whatever it is, 6, 5, something, and just saw a little bit of a wobble. And again, Matson getting in the way.
As we have someone diving for the pit lane. That's Timo Kinnaman.
That's very early. Obviously, we did see from the telemetry last race.
Well, we have one of the Downtons in. Powers is in as well.
So that's lap 17. So that's what? Oh, that's a 4 stopper, I think. I could be wrong. 17, 34, 51. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Just. Okay, if anyone makes it 18 laps, 18, 36, 54.
So that's going to be a 3 stopper if they can make it 18 laps.
Okay, so those guys that have just pitted, if they can get 18 laps out of their next couple of stints, they should be okay, shouldn't they?
Should be, yeah. So if, let's say they went 17 and then 35,
only just though, they'd have
43.
to get 18 out of every other stint.
Hang on, let me work this out. No.
18,
yeah,
36,
right,
54 would leave 17 laps.
So they've got to get 18. Yeah, you're right. They've got to get 18 laps out of every single stint now, which doesn't seem out of the question purely because as the fuel loads get lighter, the tyre wear does become easier.
Absolutely. As into the pits then comes Klaas van Snelheid from the race lead, and you'd imagine the rest of the field are going to flood in behind it, but they haven't. Arden Hutchinson has continued on, and well, Zazolia has as well. Obviously, he's on the mediums. But into the pits do come then Simon, Ruiz, Giordano, Ellington.
All sorts of Famelams, really.
Yeah, and what's this going to do for Klaas and Powers? Klaas retains the advantage then. Interesting that Hutchinson, however, has continued on. As Nowasinki is up into 6th place after, obviously he's on the super softs.
Wow.
But he's going to make 6 stops anyway, so it's going to be double the number of stops for some of these guys. So that's not going to
that kind of takes him out of contention.
Yeah, absolutely. As
and the top 3 all haven't stopped.
No,
Hutchinson,
and I think.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say the most interesting one there for me is Arden Hutchinson. Maybe the lack of pace that we saw in the first stint wasn't necessarily that as such, but saving his tyres.
Yeah, giving himself a bit of a buffer, if you will.
Yeah, and he's going to come in now then, Arden Hutchinson from the race lead. So, for a brief moment there, first we're running 1-2, as now Alexander Zazolia will take the lead of the Austrian V-Prix from Hugh Dwyer, as First and Holmquist run in a 1-2 position. Who'd have ever thought last season as Powers pits again, and he's lost his front wing! And this is huge!
Oh, that's not good. He's gonna be fuming about that.
Oh,
dear.
and it's
Well,
a
let's hope
long
we see
stop as well.
There's a long yellow flag at the end of Sector 3 as well. Who's he running to the back of?
Oh, there's carnage.
Oh, good.
Oh, that's James
Wow.
Harding out. Will Hoskins out. And that is just...
Don't drive. Oh,
Oh, and he's
whoa.
taking a wheel.
That was really dangerously close there.
There's a fun without a front wing. Nathaniel Powers is going to rejoin in 17th place.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Kanga's
We need to see a
21st.
replay of
What's
that.
gone wrong with Alar Kanga?
Kanga might have been involved in the... here we go.
Ah,
Yeah.
here we go. Oh, it was
Oh,
Kanga.
Kanga.
Kanga's out.
Just, wow. Let's hope he got out of that car pretty quick because the impact just set his engine on fire. Very
Yeah,
rare
that's
you
not
see
the
that
first time
nowadays.
we've seen that this season.
And
And
of course,
James
it's a blind
Harding.
corner. Very
No.
nicely threaded by Finn Schneider, not so much by James Harding.
I was going to say that was, and this is what happened with Powers then. Oh, so the Meteor just pulled across on him in the braking zone.
That's just...
As
I've got no words
Adrian
for that.
Simon sets the fastest lap. And we try and process all of the incidents that have just occurred there.
I mean, yeah, where do you even start? And there we go, you've got the fun of Carson Davenport having to pit now without a front wing. Unless you've just said that and I wasn't listening.
No, I haven't, but I have noticed Powers is
no,
dropping
long
further
yellow
down
flag.
the field.
Could he have sustained more damage?
Well, there's a
Surely
yellow
not.
flag in the middle sector. He's just fallen behind Carl Beckenbauer. I
That's
think Nathaniel
fine.
Powers is out of this race.
Oh no.
Well, there's
Something's happened.
There's an Ocelot off there. Either that or he's been involved in further contact. Here we go then. Ah.
Broken his front wing again. That, do you know what? I mean, because that was for position.
Oh,
and
God.
he's just...
And he's rolled it, and Powers is out, and that's a
Oh my God, look at-
huge accident.
That's worryingly huge.
And the
Oh my
car has
God.
come to rest then on top of the crash barrier.
The worrying thing for me, he did not take his hands off that steering wheel, and both of the front wheels came off.
Oh, Jesus
That could
Christ.
be a very serious injury for his arms there. Look at that. All that's left is the bare monocoque and the engine block. That's it. Bloody hell. So we'll keep you updated as soon as we hear, but wow.
So, the championship leader then is out of the Austrian V-Prix in rather spectacular fashion here.
Yeah, I mean, well, the way I'm not going to lie, I feel like he did not leave enough room for the fun that was coming up his inside, personally.
It was an Ocelot.
Was it an Ocelot?
Yeah.
Well, either way, I feel like it was just, he squeezed them on the apex, lost the front wing, and then just the curbing. We had problems with the curbing in the past here, I believe, at the final corner, didn't we? We've had, I could be thinking of another track,
I can't remember, to be honest.
but like I say, we just hope he's okay. Just such a big accident to have though.
Yeah,
Yes.
as Alexei Nowasinki pits for his second stop then. As Klaas van Snelheid and Hugh Dwyer put a lap on one of the Ocelots. I think, I think this is a problem that we were always going to see here, was back markers getting in the way.
Yeah, true. I mean, the leaders have had quite a problem with it already, and it's only lap 23.
Yeah, exactly.
Christ, look at that. We've had 4 retirements already.
Yeah, one Downton, one DS Matthew. So both the top two teams in the championship have got one retirement in their names already in this race.
Yeah. Now, I'm very interested to see how long the medium-tired runners can actually take their cars. So if they can hold position and take their stints long enough, then they could be in for a very good finish.
They certainly could, as Klaas van Snelheid looks as though he may possibly have a run now on Hugh Dwyer. Is he going to dive down the inside into turn 2? I don't think he is. I don't think he's going to be close enough. And he's not indeed. So
No.
holding station in third then is Klaas. He's going to need to overtake them if he's going to win this one.
Yeah, he's going to have to overtake them and get some serious lap times in to make up for that disparity in pit stops.
Yeah, certainly will. Or hope that when they pit, they come out in traffic.
True. Don't forget though, these lap times are not the best that class can do. So at some point, that pack might start catching up.
Yeah, absolutely. As he's currently running at the pace of a medium shod Honquist car. Let's look at the bumps and the circuits. They come into the penultimate corner.
Yeah, it's like I say, it's an old circuit, and it's really showing today. It's caught a few people out. Some people have just, yay, wow.
That Franklin looks like he's on a roller coaster.
Franklin running some very stiff suspension there. Absolutely, it looks like he's maybe not having so much fun.
Class could be having a run now then on Hugh Dwyer. No, once again, I feel like he really could have pulled out there and tried for a move.
For me, here's the way, and it's very, I could be wrong, but here's the way class might be viewing this.
Oh, as onto the grass goes one of the Ingrams and spins in front of Arden Hutchinson. That's the 5th place man. And that allows Lewis Ellington and co to close right up onto the back of him.
Oh, come on. Oh, and the Westwood of Tumo Kinnaman has taken a very cheap place there.
Yeah, certainly has. I mean, well, you know, nothing against Kinnaman, but that was solely the fault of Batmark, and I believe.
Oh, I'm absolutely with you. It's handed to him on silver platter.
Jean Matson again.
You are correct. Wow, that was frustrating to watch, really. Like, obviously, my team gained a position, but
I'll tell you what's frustrating to watch, and that's this. There's half a car, and there has been for the last 3 laps between Dwyer and Klaas, and he just will not bloody overtake him.
See, now, I think he's playing it quite smart, because I genuinely believe Klaas is thinking, right, he would have been told Nathaniel's out of the V-Prix, so wherever he finishes, he gains points. So he does not want to risk it on a balls-to-the-wall move, where he could clash with Hugh Dwyer, take them both out, and bam, he loses his chance to take the lead.
Oh, and
in the
here he goes then.
Never mind.
Dwyer down the inside of turn 3. No, not Dwyer, it's Klaas even. And he has taken the place at a corner I didn't really think we were going to see a huge amount of overtaking. Alright, I take that back. Sorry, Klaas, I'll let you get on with your race.
I've just been made to thoroughly eat my words along with a generous serving of humble pie. Wow. It was a good overtake though. Last minute, I thought the car was going to get a bit unsettled under braking, but
I thought he was going to clatter into the side of him, quite frankly.
Look at the difference after just a few corners though.
Yeah, I was just thinking that myself. What will be interesting now will be to see how quickly he can catch Alexander Zazolya.
Indeed. Zazolya obviously running much better lap time.
Who, let's not forget, is still in with a tremendous shout of winning this, because even if they were to pit now, they would only be on a 2-stopper, I believe. Yes.
Yes. Here comes Sykes. Nope, that's Noah Sinky. Were you waiting for me to figure it out?
No, I didn't even realise, to be honest.
Yeah, so nice.
Oh, as there's an Ocelot in without a front wing again.
That's always promising.
This is becoming a common occurrence, isn't it?
Jochen van Snelheid proving his market worth of nil points.
Well, that's a bit cruel.
Is it? He got let go by Westwood after one of their worst seasons. Think about that.
He's taken a pole position. And don't fire back, so has Douglas Bacon. Yeah, I heard that.
Douglas Bacon's performance in Germany was amazing, but we won't get into that because this is Austria, and Douglas Bacon is out of a career now.
He is, yes, and he's been replaced by the man who is currently leading this race.
I feel like he might be trying to make a point.
I thought that was a beautiful segue, quite frankly.
It was a wonderful segue, actually. I liked it.
Thank you. And if this guy that's leading can make it 7 more laps, he's got a tremendous opportunity of pulling off a 1-stop here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, jeez. I think the track's starting to... You know, where was it? Austin, I think it was, in Texas, where they say the sheer power of the Formula 1 cars is sort of crinkling the tarmac under braking.
Yeah.
As they bring it, sort of bring it up together and almost cause it to be that bumpy. I wonder if we're seeing something similar here.
Oh, as we see Finn Schneider pulling a move on Harrison. So...
Zazolia pits, so it will be a 2-stopper then.
Yeah, but it's going to be a nice cushy one. Let's see where he's going to feed out though. So he's going to be behind. Is he going to be in 4th? No.
Oh, that's not going to work very well at all. Although, I think he will still have a little bit of clear track.
Yeah, but he will have wanted to be in front of those guys because he's going to lose a lot of time now. And Hugh Dwyer's going to... Oh, he might be lucky if he comes out in the top 10.
Yeah, that's a very, very good point, actually. We shall keep an eye on that one then. So it's interesting that Dwyer's managed to go a lap or 2 longer.
Yeah. And it will definitely help him later on in the race too with fresher tyres. But it might hamper him in terms of the undercut as well. The undercut could have brought him right up with Zazolia.
Certainly will, but let's not forget though, Zazolia is currently still in the pound seat for this one. He was leading when he made his pit stop, and he now has just 1 to make, while the man who was taking the race lead, Klaas van Schouwheid, has 2. What he will need to do is overtake Zazolia on track if he is to win this race.
See, I disagree. I think Klaas is very capable of pulling up the lap times to give himself a cushion.
Unless Klaas can put in absolutely mega laps now, and as Dwyer pits them.
That's a very unsettled Beckenbauer going down the front straight. And look at that. Hutchinson makes his way back onto the podium. Admittedly, Powers is out. But, you know...
And he has a plethora of drivers behind him waiting to take that.
Oh, and that's not good for Hugh Dwyer. He's going to look to the outside.
We've seen carnage there somewhere because those are drivers that are slow exiting the corner.
I can't help but feel like Beckenbauer was involved in that.
Yep, very likely.
What's going on?
I don't know. They're stopping.
He didn't stop for...
There are yellow flags there somewhere.
It's out again.
There must be a car off at turn 2 that we can't see.
One of the Ingrams is dropping down the order, Bradley. Let's have a look.
Well, it's gone green again now.
Oh. No one's retired, I don't think.
Well, I don't know. We haven't got that far on the scrolling timing screen at the top yet.
You're right.
Yes, you're right. Milkovich has retired. And he's dropped it again. And who's he going to drive into? Oh, he's not. He's going to drive into... Oh.
At least he was considerate when he did it. No, just like a self-sacrifice.
At least he took the car well out of the way.
Exactly. That didn't stop everyone from slowing down like idiots, though.
Okay, so Nikolai Milkovich then becomes the 5th retirement in just 30 laps.
Wow.
That's one every 6 laps thus far.
Becoming rather a race of attrition.
Yeah, it certainly is. As is that Alexander Zolia having caught Enrique Ruiz?
No, it can't be.
Well, the other first is behind the DS Mattershort.
Mind you, the soft runners are about 3 or 4 laps away from their second stop. Between 3 and 5, I'd say.
Yeah, that's a very good point, actually. And Hugh Dwyer obviously exited the pits right behind Giordano, and he's still there now.
This is massively playing into the hands of First, who have got a car in 3rd, and they've got a guy who could possibly, we think, challenge for the lead.
Yeah, as Dwyer has just gone past Giordano somewhere.
Bloody hell. Track temperatures are going up, that's why. So the mediums are... Oh no, Dwyer, don't pit. Oh, God.
He's not.
Oh, wow. The line. I think that might have been backmarker aided. Oh look, it's Joachim. Shot.
Yeah, I get the feeling you might be spot on there. There's the 2 North Stars running absolutely nose to tail.
That was very well spotted by Judson Alexi Nowasinki to just kind of I don't know, he's lost a bit of time on his teammate though, unfortunately.
Just opened the steering a little there into the corner, didn't he?
Yeah, otherwise that would have been a coming together.
To allow room for Joachim down the inside there. Yeah, I definitely, I think we both thought there he was just going to steam in.
Yeah, he's had a...
Oh!
Steady, Zumo, steady. Steady. We're pinning all our hopes on you at the moment, because Finn Schneider seems to be marooned in 13th place.
That's still not bad.
He's after 24th, and with 5 retirements, that still means he's made up 6 places.
Yeah,
but,
absolutely.
Definitely one to watch, because we're not even halfway through yet.
No, we're certainly not. As what have we got? We've got the 2 North Stars running absolutely nose to tail.
Yeah. Noah Sinky, you think, would probably be pitting around the same time as his teammate, actually.
Yeah, they will likely both be in at the end of, well, possibly this lap.
Indeed. So with the track temps coming up, it's only 1 degree, but we've seen before that 1 degree can make quite a lot of difference, and it could be just tipping that edge slightly in favour of the medium runners, who are safely on a 2-stop, whereas some of our soft runners...
Oh, there's a car off!
A 3-stop.
There's a car off at turn 3.
Oh, car off. You weren't very specific.
Yeah, and just in the bottom of the corner. No, it's disappeared now.
Oh.
But there was...
They do have very fast marshals here, Bradley.
There was definitely someone off the track there.
Yeah, let's see who's dropping through the order. Let's see who's dropping through the order.
Doesn't seem to be anyone specific. We have a yellow flag in sector 1. There is an AMR in the pits.
That's Bayer. Oh yeah,
of course it is. Hoskins is out.
Don't get smart with me, sunshine.
Alright.
What was that?
It was kind of an alright in a really bad Australian accent.
Rodmine?
As into the pits comes Alexei Nowasinki. Yeah,
so third stop of the day. Oh, he's in for a long afternoon, isn't he, poor lad?
Yeah, he is really, isn't he? I'm going to predict, what, 13th maybe, if he's lucky. However, he does currently have fastest lap.
No,
unfortunately, you don't get points for that.
I'm confident the class took faster lap, didn't he?
No, actually, it's with Adrian Simon.
Fair play. Who is
so we were both wrong.
Second. Don't know why I had to say it like a weirdo.
No, well, no one does.
Ruiz has got back past Azolia. Oh wait, no, he didn't get overtaken.
No, it was just Azolia was right up under his rear wing.
Yeah. You are correct.
As we are about to hit the halfway point of this V-Prix. It's certainly flying by pretty quickly.
It is indeed. Now then, we're seeing some soft runners in the pits.
Yeah, I believe that was Sykes in the background, was it not? Just diving in.
Sykes only made it another 17 laps.
And Powers, it doesn't matter, because, well, he's in the medical centre.
Hutchinson, we're not expecting to see pit until about lap 36 to 38. I think what's important is that the likes of Kinnaman, I think the Franklin's pitted on the lap 17, didn't they? There's only a couple of cars.
No, I think it was just Powers and Sykes. That I do.
Well, either way, the second stint, you know what? You say it because my words aren't working. I've had a long day.
Say what? As into the pits, then we have the leaders, Klaas van Snelheid and Adrian Simon, pit from first and seconds. Now, where is Klaas going to rejoin? That is crucial. Hutchinson is going to go through, but I think Klaas has done enough to hold on to the lead from Alexander Zolya.
He has, yeah. Hang on, Klaas went to lap 18, did he not?
Yes, he did, so he's only gone 17 laps.
So he's got to go 18 laps for the rest of the race now, as Kinnaman makes it 18 laps for this stint, and Schneider has carried on, and once again has passed his teammate. Alrighty, so we've currently got our pit stops shaking down in a very odd fashion, so they'll make more sense in a minute. And look at this, Dwyer. I mean, I said he might be out of contention, but he's not that far off of Adrian Simon. And they've both only got one more pit stop to make as we watch the meteor of, I want to say Harrison coming out the pits just because I can. Oh, and Arden Hutchinson feeds into the pits then, so he's only made those tyres go 17 laps. After obviously pitting first on lap 19, that'll allow Klaas to go through and take the lead again of the Austrian V-Prix. Now let's see where Arden feeds back out.
Yeah, it certainly will. What this could mean, of course, is that Klaas, Simon, and possibly Hutchinson as well may end up doing 4 stops, which will play fantastically back into the hands of Alexander Zolia.
Yeah. Oh, we've got a long yellow flag in the middle sector.
Oh no.
What's going on there? Schneider pulls in for his pit stop. We don't want to watch Schneider, come on. Oh, it's wheel to wheel between Arden Hutchinson and Timo Kinnaman. And, oh, Hutchinson's got the inside.
Kinnaman on the outside line though. Can he get the traction out the corner and down into turn 3?
Doesn't look like it.
Nope.
And they resume much the order that they had before. But he's a lot closer now. That undercut doesn't seem to do a lot though, because he wasn't that far behind when they pitted.
No, but he wasn't alongside.
No, but that's
was that Hutchinson
moment.
losing it?
Surely.
Well, he
That
seems
was very sideways.
he's retained the lead for now as not the lead.
Lost a lot of time though.
5th place.
Ooh, well, we'll get a replay in a minute, or we'll get a view in a minute, I'm sure. But very scary moment there for Arden Hutchinson.
And he has held on and maintained his advantage.
Yeah. Now we've got Ellington putting the pressure on Kinnaman for 6th place. Getting ever closer, obviously powered by the same engine. So the only difference is aerodynamics and driver skill.
Yes. Sorry, I totally zoned out there.
It's alright, I do that all the time.
We did have someone drop. Giordano is out of the race.
Oh no.
I thought someone had disappeared from the top 10. It didn't look right because the 2 North Stars are running 9th and 10th.
That's got to be the yellow flag. Oh, just lost
well,
some power.
that's just died, hasn't it?
Yeah.
And very sensibly parks it right on the apex of the corner.
Oh, it's on fire. That was on fire. How very Honda-esque.
The Honda jokes have made it to Formula Virtual. I love it.
Here they come. Relentless. So that is another retirement now.
Oh, Schneider.
Bloody
Schneider.
hell. Lad, just keep it cool. You've nearly made your way to the top 10 from 24th, which is an absolutely astounding job.
Well, in fact, that is 10th just in front of him. He's got Wagner and then Sykes.
If he can make the points, I don't think there's going to be any doubts as to driver of the day. Actually, no, Zozolia doing a fantastic job at the moment.
Yeah, but a lot of that is strategy. The car is insanely quick, as we've seen. They qualified, what, 3rd and 5th?
Yeah.
And a
Definitely
lot of that at the moment is strategy. I don't want to take anything away from him, but
Oh,
yeah.
hang on. Here comes Finn Schneider now, trying to go down the inside of Elroy Wagner. He brakes later. He keeps him on the outside line, and there's nothing Wagner can do to defend. And Finn Schneider 1 step away from the points now. Well, there's Noah Sinky as well, who's got to make like 3 more pit stops than him.
yeah. So, but I think, and I'm just going to bring this up, Finn Schneider is perfectly vindicating why he's been given a seat for next season already.
Yeah, obviously there were some doubts thrown about. Obviously Westwood chose to sign a youngster for a higher fee for the next couple of years, for 3 years.
Oh, there's debris there.
Oh,
Sorry, there was debris at turn 3. Bits of front wing scattered everywhere.
looked a bit like it came from either a Franklin or a what are they called, a Lopez.
Yes, because those 2 cars have exactly the same colour front.
Yeah, they're yellow.
That's what I meant. And
Oh,
it wasn't. It was a first. Fun, even.
A first fun.
A first fun.
Nice.
Well, it might have been the first
Smooth.
one. It might have been the second one. That rhymed.
joke. He's a poet and he didn't even know he was rhyming the words. Saying
Yeah.
said wrong, boys. So, we're past the halfway point now, and well, what a V-Prix it's shaping up to be.
Yeah.
Sensational performances really all across the grid. I feel personally.
I thought we were just going to talk Westwood and driver lineups.
Oh yeah, we were. Don't bother.
I mean, if you want to segue away, fine, but
No, I received, well, I you know, from the press, a bit of almost criticism, really, over my choice to let go of Kinnaman, who is a proven race winner and a fantastic driver in terms of development, on-track performances. He's quite an all-round package, but there was just Timo wanted to go in one direction. Don't make a One Direction joke. Westwood didn't really see him fitting into their plans, and I think it's just an amicable parting, really.
yeah, I don't think. I mean, from word that I've heard around the paddock, there's certainly not been any animosity between Timo and yourselves.
No, which is for me quite nice to hear, seeing as though there's been a lot of like tension between sort of the drivers, like in terms of like driver markets constantly being shifted around.
Oh, we have a yellow flag in sector. Never mind, it's gone. Sorry.
Oh, we all good? I
Yep,
want
yep.
to know if there's something exciting.
No, carry on.
Nothing. Okay. Obviously, team principals slagging off drivers in other series, which really did not go down well. So yeah, I think it's nice to just have that little kind of mutual respect between two parties in this kind of environment we work in at the moment.
Yeah,
Obviously, he will be
definitely.
missed.
I mean,
He's
that.
done a lot for the team.
Sorry.
I said he will be missed. He's done a lot for the team. Got us our first win and then bagged another one or two. No, just the one. He got 2 wins. Didn't
Yeah,
he?
you've only had 2. Don't try.
Hey, don't brag just because you're at the front now. Ooh, they're getting very sideways through turn, whatever it is at the moment. 5,
Yeah,
4.
but at least none of them have rolled 17 million times and hit the wall.
Oh, only one of them has, Bradley. Have we received an update yet from the medical centre on Nathaniel Powell?
No, we haven't.
Good. Jolly good. I suppose no news is good news.
I don't think we'll have one by the end of the race, to be honest.
That's fair enough. Well, as long as he's okay. Again, I've always been taught no news is good news. So, fingers crossed for the former world champion.
Well, and the World Championship leader.
That too. But, oh, hello. We've got Davenport making moves on John Matson. Nice textbook move.
Yeah,
Takes the
as this is Adrian Simon right up behind Alexander Zolya for second place.
Oh, this is big.
And he's got a run. He's well in the slipstream
Don't back
of
out.
the Ukrainian.
Oh, he's closing. He's so close. He's got to get this move done before his next pit stop. Otherwise, there's no way he can challenge Klaas, and certainly no way he can challenge Zolya. Indeed.
Challenge class.
I think Zolya is the only person left who can challenge Klaas in this race.
Yeah, and that's only if class makes 4 stops.
Well, yeah. Don't nitpick, right?
What?
It's not nice.
I'm not. I'm just.
I'm
you
only
know,
playing, babe.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, that shut you up.
Well, yeah. I thought you said we weren't going to bring personal things to work.
Oh, whoops. We'll just get Nick to mute that bit out.
Yeah, good call.
Simon is, he looks like he's got a pretty cushy exit there from the final corner. Look, I can't believe I just said cushy while commentating.
Kushti, bruv.
Cushy fam, innit?
No, so
That's
you've ruined
bare
it.
cushy blood.
No, see, you've ruined it now.
I don't ruin anything except everything.
Kushti, bruv was from Del Boy. And then you went and turned it chabby.
What's Del Boy? What? You best have just been drinking water and not be some sort of deep, like, drama queen, absolute bloody diva.
No, I genuinely was drinking water, and you genuinely just made me joke.
What is a Del Boy?
Only Fools and Horses?
Oh, is he the tall one or the small one?
Oh my god.
So, back to the V-Prix, because I feel like Bradley was going to punch me after the race.
After, I'm tempted to do it during.
Oh, hello, we've got someone diving for a pitch stop here.
No, it's an AMR.
Oh, wow. Wasted right off the team, Bradley. To be fair, that's
Yeah,
what
but
we used to do to you when you were finishing last all the time.
exactly, I did it to myself, I can do it to others.
Oh.
But no, he was 15th, he's not exactly in a battle for anything. No offence, but not.
I don't know, here comes Inman. There you go, the battle for 15th. Simon needs to get a lot closer to Zolia, because he's losing time, he's losing grip, and probably in that cockpit losing patience.
That was a beautiful piece of commentary, wasn't it?
Thank you. I like to think I've refined my skills over the many years I've been doing this with you.
No.
Shh, be nice to me.
As Finn Schneider goes into the top 10!
Yes! What a lad! And he could even be poised to snatch 9th from Judson's Sickies. I know,
No,
Sykes, don't correct me.
It's Sykes.
Do you know what? Did you not listen?
Yeah, but
That really hurt my throat.
good, serves you right.
Wait, I have beer.
Seriously, I have water.
We're two different kinds of people, Brad.
Where?
Plus,
How do
you've
I
got
end
a
up with water? What? I need to have a word with someone.
Yeah, you know, you just gotta ask the really attractive. No, that's me.
Nah.
Oh, you can laugh like a sheep all you want.
Meh.
Oh wait, how's Kinnaman find us? Kinnaman's closed right back in on Arden Hutchinson.
So he has.
Ellington's kind of been dropped by them a little bit, I have to admit.
Yeah, he has rather, hasn't he?
Yes.
But still running 7th. This is still shaping up to be a pretty decent result for Holmquist if they can hold it. I mean, it's not often they have both cars finish.
Oh, Finn Schneider might be setting up for a move here into turn 2. He's very close as we cut away to a different battle that's not quite as close. Do you know what? He's actually caught Tumo quite well on track as well, because he's only a straight behind, really.
Who?
Schneider.
Oh. I wondered who you were on about then. I was going to say, there's no one behind Kinnaman directly.
To be fair, my brain works differently to most, in terms that it works illogically.
Yeah,
It just
you-
expects everyone else to keep up.
I think the biggest surprise there is the fact that your brain works.
Oh! Good one! Sorry, I just felt like being weird. So,
There's a surprise.
what can I say? I'm a comedy bloody genius. So it looks like that North Star is very planted through the middle sector, and that's just about being a saving grace from Finn Schneider at the moment. But you've got to wonder how long those tyres are going to actually keep him ahead of the young Swiss.
Yeah, it's
Why don't we call them Switzerlanders?
because that's just weird.
Someone named you Bradley and didn't think twice.
Wow.
So, I think that was quite sharp for me.
Rude as ever.
Haven't you missed me?
Nope.
Alright. Bye then. Ooh, locking up under brakes there, Finn Schneider. Glowing in the heat, obviously not getting the correct cooling in the dirty air of that North Star, but he's just not looking like, and this is rare for Finn, just not looking like he's ready to make a move.
No, but then, you know, we have seen here it's rather difficult to overtake as that's Lewis Ellington closing right back up on Kinnaman.
Ooh, someone's been held up by a back marker.
Ah.
What a surprise.
Yeah.
Oh, come on, get out of the bloody way.
To be fair,
Why
he, I was going to say he did get off the racing line and then parked it on the apex of the corner.
Oh, something has to be done about these back markers because I'm losing my patience.
Yeah, but I don't know what can be done.
Execution? Or is that a no-no?
We'd very quickly run out of drivers.
Oh yeah, that's you're not wrong actually.
The amount of problems we see with back markers.
Damn, have to think of something else. So Kinnaman then is gonna Find himself under some very heavy pressure then from the honk fist behind of Lewis Ellington.
Oh, as an overtake. Alexei Nowasinki are, well, to be fair, it's he's on super softs compared to softs, so no.
Yeah,
Nah.
you are correct. Congratulations. You've won a donkey.
Yay!
They keep donkeys in Austria, right?
I'm sure there are some donkeys in Austria, yeah.
Got to be at least one or two.
Exactly.
But then possibly supply outstrips demand, so... No, demand outstrips supply, so... I got it the wrong way round. No!
It's fine, we get what you mean.
Once again, we view the battle for ninth as they go over the bumps, approaching the final 2 corners to complete lap 49.
Yeah,
And
we need some pit stops or something, don't we? It's
well, we're gonna get
it's
some in about
plateaued
2
a
laps.
little.
We do quite often see these lulls in the race, but it's okay because it tends to culminate in some rather amazing action in the end.
Yeah, it certainly does. As once again, then Schneider locks up under braking for turn 2 in his pursuit of Judson Sykes.
I think what he's got to do is get a new set of boots on that car. He's not making a lot of headway. Or at least maybe use the overcut to gain some... I don't know if the overcut will work here though. We've seen that the undercut doesn't make much of a difference.
Oh, pits, into the pits.
It's a Matson though.
It is a Matson.
An Ingram.
Because a Milkovic is out.
True that, man. Word out, brother.
Having reversed it quite heavily into a barrier.
Oh, Schneider's got a fantastic exit of the final corner.
He has, hasn't he, actually?
Close. And he's backing out of it.
Yeah, we haven't seen any overtakes into turn 1 apart from at the start of the race.
Yeah, that was fantastic, though. That was a pleasure to watch. And Ellington not able to stay with Kinnaman, slowly dropping off of the fin. Wow, that for me is surprising, because that Holmqvist package has looked very strong in the last 3 or 4 races.
Yeah, but not as strong as the Westwood.
Well, I mean, for me, not to brag, I believe the Westwood is possibly the 3rd fastest, well, probably I'd say the 4th fastest now, car on the grid, maybe even 5th. No, wait, no, no, hang on. Downton, then I'd say probably DS. Oh, you reckon first have overtaken then?
Yes.
So, Downton, first, DS, Franklin, and then Westwood, I'd say.
Yeah, which just further goes to illustrate the, I don't know how we can... I mean, it's not poor performance, is it? I mean, Ruiz is running around in 8th, but Franklin have just been... They've had such utter bad luck this season. But they are ridiculously anonymous at the moment. I don't think we've seen... Have we seen Ruiz at all this race? Have we spoken about him?
No, he's just been doing his own thing in 8th. His car just doesn't seem to have the pace for him to... He doesn't look confident in the cockpit all weekend, though. And look at the suspension trouble there, though. Just, obviously, last chance to this season to sort of view these machines in their current state, and I think I'll miss them, actually.
Yeah, I think I will as well. However, you know, these cars have really reached the end of their development life. There's not much more performance that could be born out of them. And the new cars, there is so much scope and potential.
Yeah, it'll really mix up the order. It's going to be fantastic to see. Oh, that's very close there.
Yeah, we have a potential overtake. Oh, maybe not. Oh, that was... You know what we were saying about no overtake into turn 1?
There's the first. Oh! Oh, no, hang on. Oh, that's Nowasinki coming back at Finn Schneider.
It is,
Finn
isn't
Schneider stays on the racing line. What's Nowasinki going to do? He pulls out late under braking, but Schneider slams the door in his face. Now Schneider needs to put a car between him and Nowasinki if he doesn't want to lose a place.
If Sykes and Schneider hit on different laps, I'd I'd put money on Schneider coming out ahead because he's clearly quicker, and if he gets just a lap clear of Sykes, whether it be on fresh or warm tyres, I think he's going to probably get the move done. As into the pits for his third stop then comes Klaas van Snelheid, and that was at the end of lap 52. That will leave him 19 laps to run, and he's come out just behind Zazolya.
That's really big for the race now. Zazolya's got, what, one pit stop left in about 5 laps, and that's it.
Yeah, and Klaas could potentially, if he doesn't have to pit again, he'll be fine. If he has to make another stop, he's going to be in trouble. Simon as well, pitting at the end of lap 52. We could see a number of drivers diving in at the very end of this race.
Yeah, this has blown the race wide open then. I think I saw Westwood in the pits. Yep.
Yeah, Kinnaman. And Sykes, either Sykes has pitted.
Yes, Sykes has pitted. He's
there he is.
to cover off the Westwood of Finn Schneider. So we'll see what Finn can do with the overcut now, as long as he doesn't cut.
We said really this was going to be close. Alexander Zolya doesn't have any gap at all over Klaas van Snelheid. The young Dutchman on fresh, soft tyres compared to Zolya's mediums. He is right with the Ukrainian, and Klaas has to pull this overtake.
Got a big yellow flag in the middle sector as well, so that could be...
Simon! It's Adrian Simon!
Oh no!
It's Klaas around the outside!
Is he going to make the corner? He's made it! Look at that! Zolya's going to have to try and come back at him now, or he's going to just lose sight of him in the next few corners. And he can't do it, he's not got the speed. And now Hutchinson's pitted from, what, 3rd place?
I don't know.
Down the order.
But what an incredible move from Klaas van Snelheid.
Hutchinson, so yeah, we've got a lot of drivers, like you said, who are going to need to pit again now. Let's see if Hutchinson has managed to fend off the undercut from Timo Kinnaman. Here comes Kinnaman now, but it's not going to be enough. Hutchinson holds on.
No, it is! It is! Kinnaman's through!
Fantastic stuff.
Kinnaman has moved into a potential podium position.
Now Kinnaman's going to be in a lot of trouble if he can't.
This is what happened with Simon.
Oh no! Well, this is his own fault actually.
Well, I mean, I don't think there was an awful lot you could have done there. This was on board with Milkovic.
Well, he could have braked. Looking at that replay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not nice. Bit of vengeance. He'll be seeing the stewards after the race for behaviour like that. It's just not acceptable. Ram each other's cars after they've,
I don't think there was an awful lot he could do there. He didn't have much control, to be fair.
Wow, so another DNF, 2 DNFs.
Yeah, double. I think that's the first double retirement of the season for DS Mathershaw.
Yeah, and that's really going to hurt them.
Depending on how quick Kinnaman can get, we may well see Kinnaman in 2nd.
Yeah, obviously he's going to have to fend off intense pressure now from Hutchinson for the rest of the race, because that, like you say, that first machine is very powerful. But the Renault just seems, which is rare for a Renault engine, they've got the edge on the straights.
Yeah, but Hutchinson is closing rapidly as we head into turn 2, but he doesn't make the move. But can we just... I'm sorry, I'm going to go back to this. Can we go back to that overtake that Klaas pulled on Zazolya?
Oh,
we've seen very few people overtake at turn 1. I think Bayer a second ago was literally the first person. And to go... Okay, he had much fresher tyres and they're a softer compound. But to go around the outside, and not for the first time this season that we've seen Klaas drive around the outside of someone, he just finds, very much like Finn Schneider, literally anywhere and everywhere to overtake.
Yeah, I think it's part of what's happening when we bring this new blood into the sport. I keep using that phrase, but it's really re-injecting life into the paddock and the on-track entertainment, because obviously in FV2 they're crazy. They will overtake anywhere they can, and I think what's brilliant is they bring those techniques into Formula Virtual.
Yeah.
And these seasoned veterans who think they've seen it all, they don't know how to cope with it because they're just not expecting it.
No, they're being utterly schooled. As we have a yellow flag in the middle sector.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. No, it's gone. It's all good.
It's all good, man. It's all good.
Noah Sinke has pitted on his super softs and come out between Sykes and Schneider.
Ooh. Schneider looked like he had the edge there on the way out of the pits. That's interesting, actually. But then
Although
Schneider doesn't have
Nowosink
to
has
again.
another stop to make.
Yeah, so... Oh, hang on.
That's Zolia in the pits from second.
Oh, I thought I saw soft tyres. That's a very quick stop from the first, boys. That's a very quick stop.
What's going to be interesting to see where he comes out in relation to Timo Kinnaman. I mean, he was ahead when Kinnaman pitted. He should resume in third place. And
there he goes,
that is going to put Alexander Zolia on perfect course for his maiden podium.
Yeah, obviously the Ukrainian... we didn't think the mediums were going to work today, and they have, sensationally.
In fact, Kinnaman may not be on the podium yet.
He might have to pit again.
No, before he made his last pit stop, he was behind Hugh Dwyer.
Yeah, but think of the difference in speed that he's going to have on fresh softs versus
shoddy,
but
we're not entirely sure what the gap was.
True. It's going to be interesting to see. Now, Nowosink has made a move on Sykes, and that's really opened his teammate up to Finn Schneider, who's going to be looking to make more and more moves up the field. He's not going to make the pass this time, though. Should have really capitalised there, because we've proven that North Star is quite tricky to overtake.
Yeah, having slated that super soft strat, as there in the pits then is Hugh Dwyer from second place. We slated that super soft strategy earlier on, but it may actually net Nowosink some points here. Where is Dwyer going? Well, there's Kinnaman just joining the start-finish straight now. I think Hugh Dwyer has got this covered off.
Yeah, yeah, all he's got to do is pump in those lap times to stay ahead of Kinnaman. He's not even on the same straight. There he is now. So, this is the weirdest podium. We've got a Downton, a first, and a Honkvist. If you'd have told me that this was going to happen last year, I'd have asked you what you were smoking, and then asked you if there was any left.
You're not the only one. At no point in 2016 can anyone have ever imagined that holding potential podium positions at any race in 2017 would be a Downton, a first, and a Honkvist.
This is just insane stuff.
Wow.
Hutchinson just starting to lose track of Kinnaman there a little bit. Obviously, he was a lot closer after the pit stops, but Kinnaman's got to try and make those tyres go to lap 71.
Yeah, it certainly has. So that's going to be the interesting thing now then, isn't it? Is how many of these soft runners, if any, are going to have to make a last-minute dash into the pits for fresh tyres. I mean, Klaas is going to be, barring any incidents, Jesus Christ, touch wood, should be absolutely fine out front.
He did get nailed to it.
That was quite good, I'll give you that one. Touch wood, he should be fine out front because he's, as we saw, he's got more than a pit stop now on Zolia and he's on faster tyres.
Yeah, true. Oh, hang on. Schneider's very close to Sykes this time. He's closing in. Is he going to do something? No.
Surely he is. It's not like Schneider to sit behind someone, but well, he's sitting behind someone.
Might be resting on his laurels just a little bit after managing to lift himself up into the point scoring positions, which I don't, speaking from a team point of view, we weren't even thinking would be a viable option going into this V-Prix after qualifying. So for him to do that, because we've hit lap 60 now, so we're approaching the closing stages. And
yeah, 12 laps to go.
A little bit again. Do you know what, Bradley? For me, this race has absolutely bloody flown by.
Yeah, it certainly has, and it's been a cracker. I just wish there were 2 bright orange cars still circulating.
Well, I mean, yeah, but you know, take what you can get, right?
Well, yeah, I suppose.
Mind you, if ever there were more convincing. What was I going to say?
I don't know.
No, I've forgotten now.
I think I know
Ooh.
what you're getting at, but
Sykes is going defensive into turn 2 there, so he's getting a bit rattled. Maybe he should try to, for once, playing the long game.
well, you can't blame him. He's had a young Swiss hotshot on his tail for the best part of, what, 30 laps now?
Something like that. And all of this is allowing Noah Sinky to get the gap that he might need to actually maintain that position.
Yeah,
As
certainly
once
is.
Again, oh no, okay. Jochen getting out the way, not getting out the way. Come on.
No, to be fair, he stayed out of the way.
Well,
What was he meant to do? Pull either totally off the circuit onto the grass or cut all the way back across Hutchinson to the inside and then hog the apex?
they are meant to kind of slow down a little bit to make it easier for the drivers to pass.
Yeah, well, I mean, personally, I
those
don't think
things.
blue flags should exist anyway.
Well, that's
In fact, I think there's a fantastic case for that here. Because
Okay.
we see drivers partially slowing but not really getting out the way, and such like when they get given blue flags. If there were no blue flags, they wouldn't. And it would just be up to the lead cars to actually overtake them. And we wouldn't have all this drivers darting everywhere and suddenly slowing but not slowing, or suddenly slowing and not moving out of the way, or moving out of the way and not slowing.
Yeah, I suppose I can see your argument, but I feel like that would allow teams to employ underhand strategies if, say, one driver had an unfortunate race. Just do everything you can to keep the driver behind.
It certainly could, and it could between teams as well, who say run the same engine. You just sort of, you could have Downton wandering down to Lopez and just sort of, like nudge, nudge, wink, wink, hold them up, and we'll knock £2.50 off the engine deal next year.
Wow, that £2.50 will make all of the difference.
Exactly. See.
Oh, adventurous from Sykes.
What did he do?
He launched himself up the inside of a back marker. He just went for it.
Fair play.
Well, he seems to have cleared him okay. So, racing.
Yeah. We haven't
And
got
he's
a lot
actually
there at the moment, have
looks
we?
like he's gained a lot of ground, so Schneider must have been quite hesitant to pass Beckenbauer there, because he's lost a bit of ground to Wagner as well, who seems to be preying on that final point scoring position. But you've got to wonder, does he actually have the car beneath him?
Well, he's only a point. I was going to say a point away, but he's not. He's only a place away.
Sure,
Well, he's
I'd
a
like
point
to talk
away as
about
well,
Bradley.
technically, I suppose.
I'd like to talk about Lopez and how disappointing they've been this season. We saw it last season. They had such a strong start to the season that James Harding stuck it on pole at the Chinese V-Prix.
In the wet.
In the wet, admittedly. But, and their car was like just hanging onto the coattails of like Meteor, DS. And then they fell off. And then this year again, Wagner was a regular top 5 contender. He just had a bit of bad luck. And since the development phase, he's not been there.
Nope, nor was the car.
Exactly, well, it's mainly the car, I think.
Well, yeah.
They've proven year after year that they... Jochem's just lost it on the exit, the entrance, to turn 2.
Is that the yellow flag that we've got?
Yeah, well, do you know what, that's good. As much as I've slagged him off this race, fair play, He waited and made sure it was safe to rejoin, which makes a change given current events.
It certainly does.
Hutchinson is really losing Kinnaman now, and
Kimmonen.
falling back into the clutches of Lewis Ellington.
Lewis.
Lewis Ellington. Oh yes, Lewis. Ha! Good one. The important part is I find myself funny.
Good job, really. No one else does.
Ha! Yeah, so I think the top 3 are definitely safer in terms of they're going to be on the podium.
Yeah,
Wiles
I
unchallenged
think.
from behind.
I think. Oh, maybe not. We've got us. Ooh, Jesus, that was close. He nearly just drove into the side of Ellington there. That
Yeah.
means he could. No, it's clear. Never mind. I was just thinking the next man around that corner would have been Ruiz, and it would just about be Ruiz's luck to to be collected by a spinning back marker.
Whoa! Look at that airtime from Carl Beckenbauer, striking the bump on the edge of the track slightly wrong. Worth noting though, Beckenbauer has made ground on that Downton since he got lapped. No, it was Joachim that got lapped. I'm an idiot. Ignore me. Bother! I was hoping Klaas had a problem.
Do you know?
That would have been just your luck.
Wow, rude.
I'm a rude person. We went over this.
To be fair, that would give you a podium, as it stands.
Alright, Klaas. Time to conk out.
No, don't you dare.
If anything
That
proves
happens now,
how-
I'm going to punch you so hard in the face.
Yup. Now,
And find a
on this
reason for
subject,
Kinnaman to be disqualified.
look at just looking at how much ground he lost and how much he's made up in a couple of laps shows you how much faster that Westwood is, which makes you wonder, why is he not able to get past Justin Sykes?
Well, I don't think we can put anything on tonight. We've seen clearly how difficult it is to overtake around here. Yes, there have been a few, but a lot of them have stemmed from massive tyre variations.
True. So, stuff. With cars.
Well, I should imagine we're about to see Alexei Norsinki into the pits for the final time.
You might be correct.
Any moment now.
Here he comes. No, this would be lap 65 for him.
It would indeed, yes, I apologise.
Damn right.
And it would be interesting to see where he feeds back out, because obviously we have here Sykes and Schneider, who are now right back together, and not too far behind is Wagner. So if Norsinki hasn't been able to scamper that far up the road, Elroy Wagner could potentially move into a point scoring position.
Oh, Ruiz, we've seen him on screen.
No,
He's actually
Christ, yeah,
closing in on
and
these
he's gone.
guys. No, I mean, looking at the telemetry, he's been pumping in some decent lap times here to start catching up these two, which I don't think last year he would have ever thought of having to do, but he's in that situation now and he's not coping.
And on that note, that is telemetry that you will be able to see in a couple of days after this race.
Yes, obviously, the CEO, Nico De Morley.
Nope.
Obviously, it's not Nico,
But-
it's Nick. We all know him, it's okay. Making that information publicly available, which I think some of the teams were a bit angsty about at first before they realised that nobody was gaining an advantage because everyone's information was on display.
Yeah, I think it's brilliant to see. There's so much. As into the pits, we have Felix Bayer from 14th.
There goes Alexei Novosenki. Now that's going to be quite an interesting... why am I doing that?
Yeah, no, well that was... look how close Sykes and Schneider are.
Yeah,
Surely
he's not nearly
Novosenki
done
is
enough.
not going to have a gap, and he's going to come out behind Wagner even, I'd imagine.
Yeah, because Bayer on track had quite a large gap back to Novosenki, so Wagner could be in with a shout of a point.
Yes, we shall wait and see.
Yeah.
As Lewis Ellington then closing right up to Arden Hutchinson in the closing laps of the race is down. Oh, we've got a spin!
Not on the no. Ooh.
Oh, wow.
That could be the difference. That really could be the. That might be the difference between.
Novosenki coming
Well, I
out
think
ahead and
that's-
behind.
Yeah, I think that's made Sykes pretty safe now ahead of Finn Schneider, because unless Schneider thrashes those tyres, which he won't do because he'll want to make the end, I don't think he'll be able to catch up and still have the tyre life to make a decent move.
Yeah, I'm just interested by how close Ellington has got in these last couple of laps to the back of Arden Hutchinson.
Yeah,
And we've got a yellow flag in the final sector.
Oh, I think he's lost a lot of time somewhere.
And he
Yeah,
has
no
slipped
chance.
behind Wagner.
Wagner's in the points. And look at that, he's not even going to have a chance to get back in the
Nowhere
points.
near. He's got 3 laps, but a ridiculous amount of time to make up.
So Finn Schneider, it looks like safe in 9th, provided he continues to make another start.
Yeah,
Now-
Ruiz is catching this pair, as you mentioned earlier. Ruiz is catching this pair as well.
if Ellington can start challenging Hutchinson for position in the next lap, that will bring Ruiz into play, and I actually think Ruiz could take them both.
He certainly could.
He's definitely the better driver of the three of them.
But yeah. He's probably better than the other 25 that he's on the grid with.
Yeah, I mean, I would happily stand by the statement that he is the best driver on the grid right now.
I think you'd have very few people disagree with you.
Yeah. I mean, just looking at his performances in that Ingram in 2013, and then obviously in the Franklin, all the way through to now. He had a bit of a rocky start 2015, was it? Or 6? Yeah, 15.
Yeah, 15.
But you know,
I'm just going to say, what exactly does that say about that Franklin car at the moment? If we're here stating Ruiz is class pits from the lead, he's got more than a pit stop over Alexander Zolia, but
that's going to close. No, if he doesn't get passed by Zolia, he's fine.
Well, no, he'll be fine. But what about Kinnaman and Kinnaman pitting? Kinnaman is pitting from 4th.
Oh, after such a good drive.
Hutchinson and Ellington have both continued, and as has Ruiz. Oh, and that's a crying shame for Timo Kinnaman. And that may not have sounded sincere, but I genuinely mean that.
Westwood then set to lose massive points from both First and Holmqvist. Oh, I can't believe that. I'm actually gutted.
Yeah, you're not the... we've had another accident. And there goes Wagner's point.
Indeed.
Along with his wheel.
Whoa! There's Sykes, which means here
Nowosinski.
comes Schneider. Is that Nowosinski?
Yeah, that was Nowosinski.
That's fine then.
So that was Bayer, I think, who's just gone out along with Wagner. Yep. And again, another similar incident. Oh, Christ, that fun was lucky.
But you see, we had this problem a lot when we came to Austria last time.
Oh, that's Dwyer. That's Dwyer.
He's just been slowed down.
Yeah, no, I think he's got away with that. As you say, it's.
Oh, but he closed up on Zolia.
He has, hasn't he? Maybe Zolia was delayed even further. What's this going to mean for the drivers behind? Hutchinson and Ellington and Ruiz as someone pets. Yeah, sod off. No, I think we're all good. Ruiz is closed right up. Well, at least he got out of the way. Yeah, good man. Ruiz is closed right up onto the back of Lewis Ellington, who's dropped back from Arden Hutchinson. Oh no, classes, no, oh no, 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 no. Thank Christ for that. As Klaas van Snelheid then rounds the penultimate corner, and now the final corner. His teammates dropped out. Klaas will take major points in the championship as he wins the Austrian V-Prix. It's we now have to wait then for Alexander Zolia, who's going to come home in second place for his first podium. It's been a fantastic drive on the medium tyres. Zolia second, Dwyer on his return on the podium as well for Holmqvist, their maiden podium in third place. Arden Hutchinson, we're going to wait for now, and he's going to come home in fourth ahead of Lewis Ellington and Enrique Ruiz. Timo Kinnaman is, he'll be absolutely gutted with seventh place, but a fantastic drive nonetheless from the Finn. Meanwhile, behind, Schneider has passed Sykes, as has Nowosinski.
Stop.
Oh, he has. So you sort of gained a bit. I mean, I know it's not as much as you lost out, but surely that's something.
But never mind about that. The focus of the day, this man, Klaas van Snelheid, he fended off an attack from Zolia, and he's managed to take the victory.
Yeah, a fantastic drive from the Dutchman then. Klaas van Snelheid, the winner of the Austrian V-Prix. So Klaas van Sjouwheid takes his 3rd win of the season then, ahead of Alexander Zazolya, who's on the podium for the first time in only his 4th race, and Hugh Dwyer, who also makes the podium, the first for Holmquist and the first for on his return. There we see towards the bottom then Nathaniel Powers, Adrian Simon, Alar Kanga, high profile retirements from this race, while Klaas van Snelheid takes the fastest lap. In the Drivers' Championship, that puts the Dutchman back into the lead, 16 points now ahead of his teammate who retired. Simon remains 3rd, Ruiz gains a place, Alexander Zazolya and Lewis Ellington jump onto the front page with their great results, while that podium in his first race puts Hugh Dwyer straight up to 14th in the championship. It was the best result of the season for Stuart Harrison, and that has jumped him up a couple of places, while Jean Matson falls back down to 29th. In the Constructors' Championship, Downton lead, it's 87 now, the gap back to DS Matthershaw. Holmquist jumped 2 places up to 6th, while that 11th for Harrison jumps Meteor to 10th. But that's all from our race here today in Spielberg. So from both me and Harry, thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next time for round 9 from Silverstone, Great Britain.